With just a month left to go before the new season, there's still time to read a good book, a Doctor Who book. Go to amazon.com/shops/markwho42 and get yourself a Doctor Who book at a good price. Mark Who 42 books will be at Hurricane Who, A Day with the Doctor, next week, July 19th and 20th in Orlando, Florida. Go to hurricanewho.com for more information on that, but if you can't go there, buy it at amazon.com/shops/markwho42. Also, if you're interested in audiobooks, you can get a free trial for a month and a free audio download by going to audibletrial.com/markwho42. That's audibletrial.com/markwho42. Mark Who 42 Books and Audible.com are proud sponsors of Mark Who 42's Whoniverse, coming right now.
Hello, my name's Fraser Hines, also known as Jamie McCrimmon. You're listening to Mark Who 42's podcast.
Mark Who 42 Whoniverse.
Welcome to Mark Who 42's Whoniverse, Doctor Who Whoniverse, that is. I'm your host, Mark-Baumgarten, and with me, as always, are...
Patricia-Helm,
Eduardo-m-Freyre,
Christian-basel, and I am Supercon tired.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Supercon was fun.
I'm still recovering over Supercon.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry that I gave Mark back his recorder because I still have the interview bug.
Hey. We could talk about doing interviews at Florida Supercon, which we did all the time. But first, let's go to...
But first, let's go to Doctor Who News with our Doctor Who correspondent, Patricia-Helm. Patricia, what Doctor Who news hit while we were all at Supercon?
Thank you for coming back. Thank you.
Oh.
You shush! You be silent! You sit in the corner!
I will, gladly.
Right, this is Sergeant Ferry. I got invited back in here. Do you want me to have you pay a visit to Mr. Sensitive? I'll have him here right next to me. Don't interrupt the nice lady while she's doing the news.
Yeah, let's...
Keep going.
Trish, have at it, please.
Okay. It's been a few weeks. Since we were all together. Yep. So there is quite a bit of news. And just turn the spoiler alert alarm on right now because practically everything has to do with Series 8. And I don't want anybody... I mean, some of it's spoiler, some of it's not. It's just good to get it out there so that anybody listening who doesn't want to know anything can fast forward right now. So
don't go away.
Yeah, so fast forward. Just fast forward to the news.
Fast forward.
All right, so the day after we recorded last time, it was announced that Michelle Gomez, she is an actress from the shows Bad Education and Green Wing. She is going to be joining the cast of Doctor Who to play a character called the Gatekeeper of the Nethersphere.
Ooh, sounds like Ghostbusters to me.
I know. Wonder who the Keymaster of the Nethersphere is going to be.
I am Vince Clorto, Master of Gozer.
Should they be having that kind of...
No, that's Sanjeev. Sanjeev will play the part. That's perfect.
Do you think at one point she'll be going, "There is no Dana, only Zool"?
Now, Mark, have you heard of Sanjeev thus far?
Yeah.
They didn't say anything. He's what?
He's one of the Kumars, and he was also in Goodness Gracious Me. He's a great comedian. He's very funny, and he does a good interview, too.
They, of course, announced that he's going to be a guest star in the finale, but they didn't say who he was playing, and I had never heard of him, so, yeah. There were lots of pictures released over the last 2 weeks of them filming. Did you guys see any of these?
We're talking about Shrunken TARDIS and all the other stuff that...
Shrunken TARDIS
I think what she's talking about is the cemetery.
Yeah, there's the cemetery, which is a very familiar-looking cemetery because it's the same cemetery where Amy and Rory had their end. And it looks like Unit is back because we have Kate Stewart and we have Osgood. And the picture of Osgood, it's funny. She doesn't have the scarf anymore. Now she's wearing a bow tie and red Converse.
Oh, she is totally a Doctor fan, isn't she?
She's a groupie.
She's a fanatic. She's a groupie.
And she's all grown up, apparently. She's catching up in the series.
Yeah.
Now,
She doesn't have to
here's
watch
the
Netflix.
thing: is it going to be something where every time we see Osgood, she's going to have like another piece of Doctor Wardrobe? Is there going to be an episode where she shows up and she'll have the Sixth Doctor's coat?
You know what? I think she'd be thrown out of unit if she did that. I think that doesn't fit the dress code in any way, shape, or form.
That'll be like a flashback where we see Osgood when she's growing up in the 80s and she's wearing that thing.
Or maybe she'll have that and she'll have Ace's bomber jacket.
And, if it starts raining, she'll take out the umbrella with a question mark.
Nice.
There was one interesting photo there. Okay, so there's the Cybermen, and they're the modern Cybermen that we all know. But on the ground between the Cybermen and the Doctor was the head of a Cyberman, but it was a classic style Cyberman, and it looked like it had been blown off of a Cyberman's head because the bottom end, the neck end, was all just destroyed.
That sounds like an amazing scene.
Yeah. And then also in the graveyard, Clara is confronting some Cybermen, and one of them doesn't have his helmet on or anything covering his head.
Remember, folks, I played the spoiler alert.
Yeah. And it appears to be that it could be Danny Pink that's under there, that he's like part way converted to Cyberman.
Ouch.
And then also in the graveyard, there were some familiar gravestones too. There was Clara-Oswald-Oswald's grave, and that was a Victorian Clara.
Uh-huh.
And then Ellie Oswald's gravestone, which is Clara's mother, and also Amy and Rory's gravestone.
Wow. Well, so then it is the same graveyard. Okay.
Yeah. And there was a picture of a cardboard box in the ground with a baby angel statue in it.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know.
Moffat's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
No, this is Moffat's ego burial ground. Wouldn't it be funny that every companion that died is in there? Especially every companion he killed off. There's like 10 tombstones and 100 tombstones. One that's set that says Rory, the other set that says Clara. Does anybody remember that picture that went around viral for the internet? It said like Moffat's Cemetery or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh my god! Just thinking, maybe that's it. Maybe that is from the show.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Moffat's got nothing on George Martin.
Oh, the Red Wedding. I started watching Game of Thrones from the start again. Because I never made it through it, so I started watching it from the start again. Everyone in that show are despicable. I wouldn't want to be friends with any of them, really.
No, but come on, you got to say, Mark, don't I have a point? Isn't Game of Thrones worse than Doctor Who in terms of, not getting attached to anybody?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we talked about this before. I'm really waiting for a Red Wedding moment on Doctor Who.
That might be it right there. Because remember, George Martin only had one specific time and one specific place. Moffat's got it in whole different dimensions and times and locations at disposal. Wouldn't that be an interesting episode that the Doctor actually had to confront the final resting place of everybody he's lost? Adric, everybody that he's lost.
Yeah.
Oh, buzzkill, huh?
Yeah.
Absolute buzzkill.
And now that we've had a downer moment, Trish, what else is in the news? I'm going to go get a drink.
Well, speaking of the series finale, they have announced that Frank Cottrell Boyce, who is known for movies such as 24-Hour Party People and Millions, he's the final writer for the finale, and he was also in charge of the Olympics opening ceremony back in 2012.
Right.
And I don't know, I didn't really care for the opening ceremony, but I will not judge him on that. And apparently his episode is going to feature a lot of child actors. So I don't know what's going to go on in the finale.
Well, as long as it's not the two kids from Nightmare in Silver.
Yeah.
Please. No.
Well, unless the Cybermen finally get them this time.
Oh, yeah. The Cybermen
okay, yeah, no,
put them in there, totally. Have cyber tots, totally. Yes, put them in.
Which, by the way, I'm sure that Angie would be like, oh my god, I'm like all cyborg and it's so boring. Oh my god, my free will is getting stripped. Oh my god, that sucks.
You're so stupid. You're so stupid.
It's so stupid. Oh, it's so stupid. Oh, I got a metal hand now. I'm so stupid.
So what would a Cyberman nursery look like? Is it just a bunch of kids sitting there converting their Barbie dolls into Cybermen? I mean, what's...
Bob, you will become part of the Cyber Collective.
Strip down your Ken doll and just replace him with parts? I mean, what is with that?
Now going back to the first episode of the season that we're all waiting for. Apparently, it's going to be 75 minutes long, and that's fine with me. Go ahead, make it feature length. That's awesome. And the title for it is called Deep Breath.
Exactly. Take a deep breath right there.
Yeah, it's actually going to have its world premiere in Cardiff on August 7th, and they actually had tickets go on sale. People could buy tickets to go. So people are going to actually have seen it, officially. However, the story just came out last night. Radio Times is reporting that a rough cut of Deep Breath has been leaked onto the internet and on pirate websites.
Yeah, I actually came across it. I purposely steered away from it. But you know what? That's not the only pirate thing I heard about.
Oh, what else did you hear?
The scripts.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing.
And we don't talk about, on our Facebook page, commenting on our website, mark-42.net. If you've read the scripts, don't spoil it for everybody. I mean, it's just wrong. And it happened in Miami. It was the server in Coral Gables, right by you, Ed.
Yep, I was going to say that.
It's Ed's fault. Ed didn't guard the BBC server as he should have. Ed?
He's too busy watching.
He's watching them now. Ed's watching them now. He's totally ignoring us. Yeah, but no, I mean it's terrible. But Moffat, you're probably going to comment on this, but I'll bring it up. Moffat has asked the fans not to do spoilers, not to ruin it for everybody. And so far, I don't think anyone spoiled it. I don't think I've seen on a Doctor Who news site a word about what's going to happen in the 5 episodes or a review of the episode that they found. Episode 1.
Yeah, I hope it's going to be just like when Moffat asked people not to say anything about the trailer he showed at Comic-Con, and no one did it. No one did it.
We have good fans in Doctor Who. We have polite, nice fans.
I'm just trying to stay away from anything. If I see anything that even remotely looks like some kind of spoiler, I just run the other way because I don't want to know anything. I just want to go into this season surprised.
Yeah, me too.
It's much better that way.
Yeah.
Much better.
I mean, we have to look at some of the spoilers that come out so that we can report them to you, so the listeners of Mark Who 42. Some things we do have to know about in advance. And, it kills me because I used to be a complete non-spoiler person. I wouldn't read reviews or previews. I wouldn't read any article about anything. And here we are in the news talking about things, and I've got to. So, I mean, I make a sacrifice.
Yeah, me too. Now, did everyone see the new teaser trailer?
Yeah, we saw it. We were at Florida Supercon. It got released last Friday during the Supercon, and people were on their phones all over the convention center watching it.
It was pretty cool. It's, again, very short, but it's the voice that's speaking that got to me. Because was it just a Dalek voice, or it kind of sounded like Davros too? What did you guys think?
Well, we know it's Dalek, but we don't know the voice before it.
I totally think it was Davros. There was a little bit of an emotional inflection in the voice, so it wasn't a plain Dalek. It was definitely Davros.
Okay, because I listened to it a lot of times, and I kept going back and forth between, is that Davros or is it just a Dalek? Because it sounded more Dalek in some places, and I don't know.
But it sounded like it kind of faded because, like Mark said, there was like an emotional attachment to it at the very beginning, and then it slides off into hatred. It kind of teetered off into a Dalek voice.
Yeah.
So I think both of them are in there.
Yeah, no, the whole. And by the way, I just realized I had my mic off.
That would explain it.
I was like, it's really quiet.
First he doesn't stop the Coral Gables server from leaking the Doctor Who stuff, and then
I didn't even know. I didn't even know there was a. I didn't even know I had the BBC had like a Coral Gables server in my area.
They just opened it a month ago. They just
they didn't bother telling us. They didn't bother telling.
Yeah,
they didn't say
it's their fault.
It's their fault. They should have said something. They should have said, we would like, please let them know we have a server. Please put it on your podcast. Well, hey,
if we put it on our podcast, we would have been blamed for this leak. So I'm glad we didn't.
Anyway, but they could have used this as part of the whole campaign to tell people no spoilers. But getting back to the point of the teaser, first of all, I found it online. I told Christian put it up on his laptop when it hit on Friday, And what I heard, it sounds like it starts off as Davros. Because it's that deep, it's a deeper voice. It's a deeper voice. It still has that kind of electronic twang. And then the last word, it starts off with the whole "I see into your soul."
Right.
He says divinity, beauty, and then the last word is hatred, and then that's a full Dalek voice.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing I noticed, because I kept watching it because due to the background noise, I didn't know if there was anything between beauty and hatred. As I watched it, the camera pans through the console room getting trashed, which, by the way, notice that seems to be a theme in all the teasers.
Yeah.
But as it pans through, we then see the Doctor. It looks like the Doctor's getting shocked or Dalek zapped because, you can see like his skeleton.
Yeah.
Has anybody else noticed this? It looks like the Doctor's on the phone.
Yeah, he is on the phone.
He seems to be because I see the cord. Like I think I see the phone cord.
And we get the close up of the two hearts.
Right. So is this the thing? Could this be kind of phoned in, as it were? Somebody. It's not somebody in the room with the Doctor. They kind of called it in.
If you take this trailer and kind of tie it in with the other trailer where he's asking Clara, "Am I a good man?" Is this something now a running theme where the Doctor is questioning his own hearts per se, that his own values and his own core for the very first time?
Yeah. See, that was the other thing I was about to bring up. The fact that it starts off as Davros and then tails off into the Dalek voice. Could it be that this is not? We're not taught. There was some talk. Oh, could we be getting the Daleks after all? Even though word was that they would maybe be taking a break. Could it be that what the dialogue that we're hearing is not an actual confrontation with Davros and the Daleks? But maybe it's something in the Doctor's head. Maybe he's hallucinating this.
The second episode, it's rumored to be an episode titled Into the Dalek. And the rumored story for this is that the Doctor and Clara will actually venture inside a Dalek. They said to think of the invisible enemy, but with a Dalek host body.
Well, if we were bad people and read the script for episode 2, we could know for certain, but we're not going to do that.
No.
The closest I got to reading anything, to reading any spoilers on the leak stuff is I swung by IMDb and somebody did have a thread where they mentioned they had seen the rough cut of the first episode, but they have like the part that's spoilers. They had it with black bars. Like you have to scroll over to the black bars to see what he wrote. And I didn't touch it.
Not going to do it.
I didn't touch it. I was just checking to make, I was just checking around to see if anybody was like, oh, to heck with you, Moffat. I'm going to blow this all open because people need to know ahead of time if Capaldi sucks or not.
Maybe I'm looking in too much into this, but both things that happen in the trailer, the TARDIS explodes, and both times he's not running away. He's not stopping it. In fact, the first one, he's standing right in front of it, and he's just on the stairwell, just stopped. And the second time, he's right at the console on the telephone, apparently getting zapped, and then we get to see in his two hearts. So does that have some kind of symbolism to what's going on? Maybe because of his new set of regenerations, this might be a new type of Doctor that we're seeing. We know it's a kick up the arse Doctor, as Moffat has mentioned it, but how far does that go? Does it disavow the first 12 lives?
And maybe the TARDIS just can't take it.
Now, that's a good idea.
Maybe the TARDIS is having a hard time accepting what's going on with the Doctor.
That's possible. I know that we haven't had any word about whether or not the TARDIS console will the inside will change. Probably doubtful, since we've only had the inside of that console since Christmas. Since Christmas 2012 with the snowmen.
Well, they keep blowing it up.
Right, but
they're going to have to get a new one eventually.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying you may have a point, Christian. It may be that the explosions that we see, it's not a literal thing. It's more of an interpretive.
So we're going with the art theory.
Maybe. This is just.
It's an art picture. Doctor Who, the art film for science fiction fans.
Well, we'll find out in 45 days, is it?
It's coming up. I think August 23rd is coming right up.
Yeah, we got like 40 days or something.
Now, Entertainment Weekly, they released a picture from the first episode, and it's of the Doctor and Clara. And Clara's all dressed up in the Victorian garb.
Again!
And the Doctor, his outfit's kind of mismatched. He looks kind of dirty, kind of thrown together. And
it is Dr. Blue. He's dirty.
Is that or a Victorian moo-moo out there? That looks like it was thrown on him. And the horse.
Oh. Now they've actually also have released a date for when Series 8 is going to come out on DVD and Blu-ray, November 17th.
November 17th.
Obviously, the Christmas special is not going to be on there.
Right.
But you'll be able to get it on DVD and Blu-ray just a few weeks after it's done airing.
As you mentioned in in a prior episode, I don't know how far back, we could probably write the reviews on that episode on Amazon.com.
Oh, I know.
In fact, I want to see what those reviews look like right now that we're just days away from the premiere.
Yeah, no, I and honestly, for me, it coming out in November, like a few days after the season finale, a part of me is like, wow, cool, Christmas, and then a part of me is remembering getting bitten by the fact that I rushed to get Day of the Doctor, and we have the special edition coming out. So I'm like, shame on me twice? Do I take advantage of this, or do I wait?
Yeah, you wait, because the bonus package will eventually come out.
Exactly.
For the
Exactly.
75th anniversary,
We'll have,
where you could have just waited and just splurged $100 as opposed to $300 for the series.
Instead of getting the Series 8 in like November, I could wait, and then like in April we'll have the Series 8 and Christmas special, with the Five-ish Doctors Part 2 and
Well, on Amazon right now, you can pre-order Series 8 already for $71.98. And it is part of Amazon Prime.
free shipping. Yay!
Well, time is relative, so we should be able to actually order Series 15 as moment.
Yeah, Series 15 available at Amazon.com/shop/Marku42. Well, actually, it's not. The books are at that place, not the...
Could start doing DVD.
I could sell DVDs, yeah.
Well, by the time something better will come out besides DVDs.
And yes, there are reviews.
Oh. There are.
Yep, this one's called The Best Doctor Who Episodes Ever Made by Kevin Neiman from Simi Valley, California.
Hi, Kevin.
You must buy this season of discs. I mean, can we ever forget the powerful magnitude of Peter Capaldi's debut series? I think not. Remember what happened in episode 4? Oh man, I'm not even going to spoil it for all you newbies out there. And when episode 7 ended, I cried, probably worse than I did at the end of Time of the Doctor. Such quality. Said plainly, Peter Capaldi is the best Doctor ever to take the role. He's brilliant, mysterious, and who knew he has such a laugh riot? I know, me neither. He makes the other Doctors bow before his sheer gravitas. And thank you for adding Samuel Anderson as a companion. Wasn't he flipping amazing? And the scenes he was with Jenna-Coleman were in to die for, weren't they? Seriously, why are you still reading this? Click pre-order now before Series 9 begins. You will not be sorry.
We should start putting up reviews for Series 9.
I'm still taken aback when the Master became Adam Sandler, and then Claire.
Yeah, that was kind of sad. I think that that wasn't Happy Gilmore. That was sad. That was sad when Adam Sandler became the Master. Episode 11 and 12, folks. Adam Sandler.
No. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
No, Sanjeev. Sanjeev will be the Master. Oh, that's going to be a great Master. He'll be... no.
I'm still mad at whoever did that rumor about Charles Dance being the Master. That's just cruel. You don't tease people like that. You don't tease people by saying, "Hey, the awesomeness that is Tywin Lannister will be the new Master." You don't do that. That was mean. That was cruel. Shame on you.
Gotta confess, the BBC started when they put those Rory rumors that he was going to be the Master. So somebody started it. Somebody started from somewhere back around April Fool's there.
Someone's saying that when this series comes out, it's going to be only available via drone delivery. Says, I'm still looking forward to my drone delivery. Just hope it doesn't require a signature because I already have one hook for a hand and those propeller blades look sharp.
That's a good one.
That's good.
That's a good one.
Could you imagine somebody walking out to their porch for their copy of it, and they've only got 3 fingers left from the drone that dropped it off the last 5 times?
No, I'm just picturing like some Al Qaeda guy in a cave. It's like, oh no, it's a drone! No, it's okay, guys. It's just the new Doctor Who season. Oh, okay, that's all right.
We shouldn't have went there. Trish, what else we got? We gotta go somewhere else. Good morning. Stop right there. No.
Oh, delete.
Oh, we should have, but I didn't. You're listening to all of this in its glory.
We're not ready for the radio show yet.
Titan Comics. They have declared July 26th as Doctor Who Comics Day.
Woohoo!
celebrate the release of the new comics that are based on the adventures of the 10th and 11th Doctor. And so at various comic book shops in the United States, Canada, the UK, and Australia, New Zealand, they're going to have celebrations going on. So check with your local comic book store and see if they're doing anything.
Yeah.
So they're going to have like signings, different events, special variant covers of the comic books, and other promotions.
Yeah, Saturday the 26th. That's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Take home your own cherub.
Oh.
Watch what happens when you turn off the lights.
Help.
Kind of like one of those toys that you see for kids, like the little dinosaur eggs you put in water and watch the dinosaur expand and become something like the Weeping Angel, so you take it home.
Take it
Kids,
home.
play with
Watch
this.
what happens to your pet cat.
Now we had some birthdays.
Oh,
We had some birthdays since we last talked. On
okay.
July 1st, Jean Marsh, who played Sarah Kingdom, and she was
And Mrs. John Pertwee.
and Mrs. John Pertwee. She played her too.
She played her. She did.
That was an actual role somewhere.
That was a role. She left that role early.
What was
sorry.
that role that he was in as the Scarecrow? I can't think of it.
Wurzel Gummidge.
Wurzel Gummidge. She was Mrs. Wurzel Gummidge.
No, that was Uma Stubbs.
Oh.
That was Uma Stubbs. That was Uma Stubbs.
Her
I wonder
birthday
if she
was
left.
July 1st. She was also the terror of my childhood as Queen Bavmorda and Willow, and
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mombi
Yeah.
in Return to Oz.
Oh, God.
That scared me.
The heads. The heads. Dorothy Dale!
She came back in Battlefield, right?
Yeah, she
or
did.
Morgana.
She did.
The
She
bad
did,
guy.
yes.
Now, on July 7th, it would have been John Pertwee's birthday. Thought I should mention that. And then July 10th, we had a double birthday. We had Jackie Lane, who played Dodo.
Dodo,
Companion to the first
the
Doctor.
missing companion.
Yeah.
She almost killed him. She almost killed the first Doctor. Because I saw the ending to the Celestial Toymaker. She almost poisoned the Doctor. You don't give him candy from the Celestial Toymaker. What is she thinking?
The way that Dodo left the show was so ambiguous. The Doctor could have killed her off screen and then just said, "Oh, she went away." So there was payback. And who's the other birthday that was that day?
John Sim, who played the Master.
Huh? The Master.
And if rumors are true, maybe we'll see him at least briefly in Series 8.
Yeah.
At least long enough to regenerate.
He's also Sam Tyler from Life on Mars.
Now, our very last news story is sad, and
It's the end of an
it's
era.
an end of an era. The Sci-Fi Sea Cruise, which was run by our friend Dan Harris.
Yeah, the podcast friend Dan Harris.
Yes.
My personal friend
And-
for over 30 years.
And you've even gone on the sea cruises, right, Mark?
Yeah, I was on the first one.
Yeah. Well, there's not going to be any more sea cruises for the foreseeable future. He's ran into some problems with the travel agency they were using. Not exactly sure what happened, but Dan actually posted a message on the website, and this is what he said. He said, after 18 fantastic voyages spread across a 25-year span of time, it will feel very strange to not be looking forward to our next trip together. Unfortunately, the travel agency with whom I had been dealing with for the last decade has gone rather disastrously out of business, with the owner now in jail. While none of our cruise members' vacations or funds were ever endangered, he has, however, left me in a position where the only responsible thing to do seems to be to call it a day for now and just enjoy all the good memories.
Yeah.
So, unless he can find another travel agency.
Yeah, I don't think
Something.
he's going to be looking, like he said, for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
He's going to take a rest from that. I mean, they still have a Back to the Future charity cruise coming up next year, which was, I guess, it's being done with a different travel agency. But the Doctor Who cruises, for now, are over. That's sad, because the first one that I was on was Sylvester McCoy, Nicholas Courtney, John Nathan Turner, and Gary Downey, was incredible. And the only reason I didn't do any of them after that was I just couldn't afford them.
Last year, you and I were at the Bon Voyage party. I mean, it was awesome meeting Sylvester. It was awesome getting to sit down and talk to Andrew Cartmel, who we've had on the show proper now. You know, it was great talking to Colin Spall. Great meeting Susan herself face to face.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Carol Ann Ford. Yeah.
You know, it was.
He had great people on that cruise. He had writers. He had the actors. He had the producers, script editors. the cruise was always a fun time. You got to mingle with the guests. You got to be their friend for a week.
I just
it's
hope
better than a convention.
I just hope that I hope that sooner rather than later that he's able to find some way to keep these things going.
Yeah.
If hey, I'm sure I speak for everybody here. Dan, if you're listening, if there's anything we can do to help, if there's any way we can help, if you want to try and crowdfund this and want us to plug it, let us know. Let me know.
Yeah,
let me know. I mean, this is too cool a thing to pass away like this. Hopefully, there's some way to get it back up where it won't fall completely to Dan's shoulders to try and fund this. Where there's some way that maybe even the fans can give back and keep this going.
I agree. You know what I just realized? We left out a birthday.
We did?
We left out a birthday.
Oh.
Who else is there?
A very special birthday.
Well, it's coming
up
Tuesday.
It's coming up Tuesday. We should get people ready for it.
Who's that?
So some guy named Mark Baumgarten,
Aw.
Mark 42. It's his birthday on Tuesday. Happy birthday, B. Yeah, how could you not? You just leave me out of it. Oh, I'm not mentioning your birthday in August, Christian. I'm not mentioning Trish and Ed's in September. I'm going to be going on a moratorium on birthdays because no one mentioned mine.
Well, I would have mentioned it next week.
You can mention
we
it
cover
again.
what's in the past.
But this is a time travel show. You can also talk about the future.
Well, also it could be, it could also be that Trish was leading up to it. I mean, she was, probably about to lead up to it, given the fact that we were all sad about what happened with Dan and the cruise.
Oh, so
it was going to be one final thing to say, but you couldn't wait. I mean, geez, got to be one of those birthday people, okay?
Of course I was leading up to that. Of course.
All right. So I jumped the gun there. That's okay. We're getting ready for a commercial break, but we've got something in store for you. After the commercial break, we have Ed's coverage of Florida Supercon. He interviewed a lot of people there. It's some great footage. But before we go to commercial break, I want to introduce, we had Dr. Geek, Scott Vigay, on our show a couple of weeks ago, and we've asked him, and he's gladly agreed, we are going to run some Dr. Geek science moments. And our first one is very Doctor Who themed. So here it is, Dr. Geek, and when we come back from the commercial, Ed with Florida Supercon. So let's go to that.
To Dr. Geek's Moment of Science. Here is the lab director and your human host, Dr. Geek.
Welcome to my lab, where we investigate science from fiction. Today I would like to talk to you about regeneration. Did you know more species than Time Lords can regenerate? In fact, a lizard can regenerate. The spinal cord of a lizard's tail is necessary for the regeneration, but the regenerated tail does not reproduce the ganglia that are normally associated with it. Occasionally, a side tail may be produced if the original tail is broken but not lost. Still, this process is more reliable than the regenerative mutation Mr. Creature went through. Here, listen to this. For some reason, this incarnation has trouble pronouncing the word sword.
Sir, say sword. Sword. No, sword. Sword. No, listen. I'm listening. Sword. Sword. Why are you adding a W? There is a W. Look. A W is silent. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Sword. 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 Say sword. I'm saying it. Sword.
This moment of science was brought to you by Dr. Geek's Laboratory of Applied Geekdom, a Brazen Wench production. Copyright 2013, in association with this network. Join the adventure. Download the full Labcast at www.drgeeklab.com and follow us on the web at facebook.com/drgeeklab and twitter.com/drgeeklab.
I'm Colin Baker, and you are listening to Mark Who 42, The Meaning of Life.
Hey, I'm Gary.
I'm Mike.
I'm Chuck.
And I'm Justin. Join the four of us every week on the internet's #1 and longest-running G.I. Joe podcast, What's on Joe Mind?
It's Joe news, reviews, and interviews like you've never heard them before, delivered right to your MP3 player.
Our guests include Jason Marsden, Kevin Michael Richardson, and Matt Yang King from G.I. Joe Renegades, Larry Hama, Robert Atkins, and John Barber from IDW Publishing, and many more from around the online Joe community.
Yeah, it's guys talking about Joe. Think of it as Joe Talk meets sports talk. And we make fun of Chuck.
Right, and we... Hey, again?
Come on, Chuck. We're just kidding, kinda.
Sometimes Chuck makes fun of himself.
Right, and we... Okay, seriously, this is just getting ridiculous now.
It's What's on Joe Mind every week on the Geekcast Radio Network, InsidePulse.com, Stitcher Smart Radio, and iTunes. Download and listen today.
I suppose I still can't say something about Transformers, can I?
Good.
No.
What about sports?
That sounds good.
Yeah, that's all right.
The voice of Christian-basel, take 1.
Hi, I'm Christian-basel, and I would like to provide my voice for all your voiceover needs, such as...
Okay, like an announcer.
Like a what?
Like an announcer.
For all your voiceover needs, such as animation, radio, announcements, introductions...
Now an old man.
I can even record voicemail for all the Meshuggahs that call you.
A pirate.
Arr, and it won't cost you a lot of treasure for me services. Arr.
Creepy movie voice.
Just call 407-761-2679. 407-761-2679. Or email voiceofchristian-basel@yahoo.com. Well, how was that?
That's a wrap.
The Pull Bag is the GCRN's place for everything you need in the comic book world. We focus on new and current comics, while also tackling a few back issues here and there. So join the entire GCRN crew and see what issues the hosts have with today's panels. You can find the Pull Bag on iTunes and geekcastradio.com. Make your great escape into comics.
Hey gang, we're at Florida Supercon, and we're going to be talking to some people about what they like about Doctor Who, what they think about Doctor Who, just Doctor Who in general. Ed?
Well, yeah, kind of like what Christian did at Hurricane Who and what I did at the Bon Voyage party. Speaking of which, listen to who we have next to us. It's Dan Harris. Hey, Dan, how you doing?
Aloha today. It's the reverse of Bon Voyage.
How's it feel to be in a con and not have to be, like, running things?
It feels great, and I love the fact that the walls aren't moving and there's nothing floating underneath me.
Oh, Lord. Not to mention you don't have to worry about where's the emergency exit signs.
True.
Well, actually, I think we still do, but there's no danger of going into shark-infested waters.
Well, it is Shark Week next week, isn't it?
Why didn't Discovery Channel tell me anything? They never say anything. See, I blame Comcast. Oh, yeah, sure. They put...
Comcast for everything.
Oh, yeah.
Comcast is your arch enemy.
It's the arch enemy of all of us. I'm live from the exhibition room at Florida Supercon. The con doors are open, the fans are here, and I have actually found a Doctor Who fan. Not only is he a Doctor Who fan, but he is cosplaying as my favorite Doctor, my man number 4.
Yeah.
As Bane would say, introduce yourself to the world.
Okay, well, I'm Jacob Poland, but also known as Dexter West by my YouTube channel, and I'm a lifelong Doctor Who fan, which I was made fun of for many years as a child for it.
Yes, well, now we are growing.
Yes.
Now, all of a sudden, it's like, wow, you're a Whovian too?
Yeah, and to make you a little jealous here, Edward, can I call you Edward? Does it mind? Does it matter?
I will allow it.
Okay, and this is one of the 3 scarves Tom Baker wore on set. I got it at Comic-Con. They auctioned one of them off. Would you like to touch it?
Yes, I am touching it. Therefore, I have touched Tom Baker. My life is complete now.
They have the red one he wore in season 18 in the Leisure Hive, the red scarf. Mm-hmm. The original one of this, and this is the one he wore not on set, but one of the ones he wore like casually when he wasn't on set, you know? Because the original one's in the museum, you know?
He had casual scarves.
Yeah, apparently. This is like a backup scarf, you know what I mean?
Okay, proof Tom Baker is much more awesomer than we give him credit for.
Yeah, definitely.
The pioneer of the casual scarf.
And naturally, as a child, I had curly Tom Baker-like hair, but was made fun of for it. So, now it's not that curly anymore, but it's curly.
You know what? Curly enough.
Yeah.
Curly enough. And, to anybody who made fun of him as a child, I will find you.
Yeah,
you don't want me to... They all live in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Okay, next time I'm in Jacksonville, hide. You do not make fun of a Doctor Who fan, especially if it's the 4th Doctor.
Yeah. Oh, I actually have some jelly babies in my bag if you would like to try one.
You know what? Talk to me later, because I just had lunch. I'm still walking the floor, and for those of you who listen to the podcast, you may remember that a certain character has shown their love for the sonic screwdriver. Well, I am here with Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy, and he has a very important announcement for all the Whovians listening to the podcast.
You know, the sonic screwdriver is the best screwdriver in the world. I'm amazed. I love it.
There you have it. The voice of Goofy loves the sonic screwdriver. Proof the sonic screwdriver is awesome. Am I right, people?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. The crowd agrees with me. Let it be known. I'm here on the exhibition floor again. Just did the 2 panels, the Peter Capaldi and the Doctor Who Fan Challenge. But right now, I am standing in front of a Doctor Who cosplayer who is dressed up as 6. He's dressed up as the 6th Doctor. This is a first, at least for me, actually seeing somebody cosplay as 6. So who are you in your day job?
My day job, I'm just JJ, working as a part-time accountant in my mom's office firm. I've loved Doctor Who since a couple of years back when I first decided to give it a chance, and some friends recommended to me. When I saw it, I just loved it. So I started from the very beginning with William Hartnell and moved my way up.
So you're not somebody who started with New Who and then kind of worked their way back. You actually started with Hartnell and worked your way up?
Yeah, I want to start from the very beginning. I understand that they told me, check out New Who first, so they told me, okay, so I didn't really understand, so I decided, before I actually watched the new ones, since I wouldn't understand it, I might as well start from the very beginning with An Unearthly Child.
Well, you do know that with the 1st and 2nd Doctor, there are missing episodes.
Oh, of course. I know that the BBC had to make space for new, I forgot what it was exactly, and some of the episodes were either shipped out to international buyers, or some were either destroyed. And they had to make animated recreations of it for episodes that they sold. But I'm glad that some of the episodes have been returned, like Web of Fear.
But you didn't get too confused with the fact that they were missing episodes?
Not at all. I've been able to mostly read up on what the episodes would have entailed, and that kind of kept me in track with it. Then when I finally got to John Pertwee, things started making more sense since all the episodes existed for Zera and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Now, you chose to cosplay as 6. Does that mean he's your favorite Doctor?
Of the classic series, yes. In the classic series, he's my favorite Doctor because I saw him as the most boldest one of them all. Instead of starting off as one that wanted to be liked by the fan base, like Tom Baker or Peter Davison, the minute they appeared on screen, people saw, man, that's the Doctor, we love him. He decided to take things a little more to an extreme length by having people kind of distrust him at the beginning. Like when he strangled Perry on the floor of the TARDIS.
Yeah, I have to admit, that is not one of my favorite Doctor Who moments. Now, I actually, to prepare for the con and get myself into a Doctor Who mood to talk about Doctor Who, last night, thanks to Netflix, I watched The 2 Doctors. Have you seen that one?
Yes, I have. That was, in fact, one of my absolute favorites. If I were to name my favorite Doctor crossover episodes, it would have to be the 5 Doctors, then the 2 Doctors, then possibly the 50th, and then the 3 Doctors. And I love the interaction between him and Patrick Troughton. It's just absolute pinpoint perfect.
So now, first time I saw the 2 Doctors, I was living alone in an apartment, and I was having a starving artist period. So I had an empty fridge, and I'm watching an adventure that takes place in Spain and talks about food. Did you have like a similar experience, or did you fortunately have a full belly when you watched?
The ironic thing was that when I watched the 2 Doctors, I was stuck at my school because I was waiting for my parents, and it's an international school, and I'm in the Spanish program. So as I'm waiting there, I'm watching it, and I'm thinking, it's ironic. I wonder how the Centaurans got there. But no, he makes such a good point, and it was kind of unique to see him not actually in his full attire. Because if you remember in the 2 Doctors, he didn't really wear the coat.
Yeah, he had that vest ensemble.
Yeah, different vest. When he was searching for Troughton to save him from, I forgot exactly who the villain was. I know the Centaurans were involved in it.
Yeah, there was a couple of mad scientists, and then there was the cannibal cook, Shockeye.
Yeah, and then Jamie was there. I loved when Jamie returned. That was incredible. Just the chemistry that exists when the 6th Doctor meets the 2nd one and says, "I've come a long way for you." It's like, naturally, don't expect any things.
Yeah, no, that was great. Anyway, well, thank you for talking to us. That's great. And again, awesome to see a 6th Doctor cosplayer.
Yes. You know the 7th Doctor's here, too.
Yeah, I've actually seen 2 7s. And this is Eduardo-m-Freyre, live from the exhibition floor of Florida Supercon for day 2 of the con. I'm actually taking a minute to get on my feet with Christian-basel. We were just in line where Christian got Nichelle Nichols to pose with the traveling TARDIS.
Oh, yes. No, everybody's got an awesome Eodor at home. I think that thing just flew off the scale right now.
There you have it, folks. If the internet broke just now, blame Christian. Blame Christian and then...
Full responsibility.
Yeah. See, he's taking responsibility. Blame Christian and then send a lovely fan letter to Nichelle saying that you're sorry that she was an accessory to Christian breaking the internet. I'm here at the Florida Supercon photo booth doing a little bit of volunteer work, but I have run into some, we'll say amateur Whovians. They're kind of dipping their toes in the water. What are your names?
I go by Crow-Toad.
Okay, did your mother not like you or something?
No, my mother liked me. She just didn't plan on a few things gender orientation-wise.
Okay. And you, sir?
My name's Jamie.
Jamie McCrimmons here. Or different Jamie?
Different Jamie.
Different. Okay, my mistake.
Slightly different Jamie.
Slightly. Okay. Well, and you guys can't see what I'm seeing because this is a podcast. It's not a video cast. But they are actually cosplaying as the two scientists from Pacific Rim. And our Charlie Day cosplayer actually has plushies, Pacific Rim plushies.
That is correct. I love making little plushy critters, and that includes the kaiju, the characters from the movie, the skin mites, and I'm working on Jaegers right now. They're just a little bit more difficult, but I love giving them all button eyes.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that again. Plushy Jaegers?
I'm working on the patterning, but it's in the works.
Okay. Part of me is now conflicted because a part of me is thinking, oh my god, that is the coolest thing ever. And another part of me is going, no, because Jaegers are supposed to be these giant kick-ass robot machines. They can't be cute. It's like, I can't reconcile that.
Are you kidding me? Churro Alpha is totally cute. It's got a little bucket on its head.
That's not a bucket. It's a nuclear fusion reactor tower.
It's a bucket.
It's absolutely a bucket.
It's a bucket.
You're calling a Russian Jaeger with a nuclear cooling tower cute?
Yes, it's adorable.
Okay, if what's his face, the guy who's right now running Russia, if he comes after you, I don't know if I can help you.
We'll take those chances.
Okay, we're probably on his bad list anyway.
Okay. Well, and turning to your partner here, I do have to say that if I remember correctly, the guy who from Pacific Rim, he has actually been in Doctor Who, and crossed over. Owen.
He is Owen from Torchwood, and actually his badge in his costume from Pacific Rim is actually a photo of Vern Gorman as Owen.
They did no work.
So you know what? So there you go. You actually have a little bit of crossover there.
Absolutely.
See, the door is open. The door's open. Come to us. Be one of us.
It's a divine sign.
It's a divine sign.
The funny thing is, I remember we were watching Doctor Who at a friend's house, and then I was watching Game of Thrones, and we kind of figured at one point every single person who's a character actor in Britain at one point is either on Doctor Who or Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that is something I like to point out.
It is a mighty, mighty crossover.
Yeah, that is something I like to point out. Which, by the way, did you catch Vern Gorman on Game of Thrones?
Yes.
I gotta say, my girlfriend and I are watching that. We're like, Owen?
It's that guy.
He's such a little ratty bastard, you know.
Although the way he died, ow. Spoilers, by the way. Sorry about that, but still, ow, ouch.
Well, if you have to go out memorably.
We'll use the word memorable, yeah. But nice talking to you guys. And I gotta say, you were telling me that you did a plushie Stacker Pentecost, and I can't believe that didn't sell.
He's intimidating. He judges you. He finds you wanting.
Well, but still, man, I can't understand. If you want your other plushies guarded, get a plushie Stacker Pentecost. The actor himself just oozes, Idris Elba, he just oozes intimidating. If anyone was going to beat up your plushie My Little Ponies or Pokemon, they just have to look at Idris Elba going, I don't think so. Well, today we cancel the plushie apocalypse.
Well, it's a bit like, the elf on the shelf phenomenon, and no one wants to let down Stacker Pentecost.
Okay, we're gonna end that because I have to now go curl up in a ball because you just reminded me of Elf on the Shelf. It's coming to get me. It's gonna get us all. We actually just got a traveling TARDIS picture with someone cosplaying as Dark Supergirl. But hey, who are you in your day job?
I am Jennifer Baker in my day job, lowly social worker, but this is my fun time out of it.
Oh, cool. Are you here for the entire con or just for the weekend?
Yep, I'm here for the entire con. I'm actually helping out a friend who does Edge Gear, which is like t-shirt printing and everything like that, so I'm in and out, enjoying the con and working part of it.
Okay, cool. But we've actually been doing Doctor Who panels Well, the entire time. We did a couple yesterday. We just did one like a little while ago. Didn't think I saw Supergirl there. I mean, I guess you haven't been to any of the panels yet?
No panels yet. I'm a little busy, but, it's always good to go. I might stop in later on tomorrow when it's less
Okay,
crazy.
cool. Tomorrow we have the Doctor After Dark. So 18 and older, leave the kids behind. I don't know what he has planned. I don't want to know. So, if you're interested, you should swing by.
That actually sounds really intriguing. I might make an effort to come to that. Doctor After Dark. I like it.
Doctor, check the con program. Check the app on the phone.
That looks amazing. Yes, I will definitely do it.
Yeah, she likes her picture. She likes her picture.
I will check it out. Thank you.
Cool. I'm here over by I'm close to where the next panel is going to be, which is Doctor Who Double Dare, and I actually have one of our Facebook friends and frequent messenger, Amber. Amber, nice to finally meet you in person.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
Okay, and who's your friend who's doing some Frozen cosplay?
Hi, I'm Becca. It's nice to meet you.
Okay. And I love the little dolls. If Trish actually had come down, I think she would be gushing over them right now. And I see that you have an escort. So who's the bodyguard?
My name is Dale. I'm Becca's dad.
Okay, so we got Becca's dad making sure the ladies don't get into trouble. You're doing a good job, sir. Now she's a Doctor Who fan. Amber's a Doctor Who fan, but Becca and Becca's dad, are you guys Whovians?
I am an enormous Whovian. Tomorrow I'll be wearing a huge TARDIS onesie, so that'll be interesting.
Okay. And what about you, Dad?
I've caught up some of the last series, but the previous episodes not so much.
Okay. And have you seen any of the classic series?
Last year at Supercon, I watched some of the episodes from the first 4 of the original series, so those were entertaining.
Okay. And you were hoping we would have another viewing room this year?
Yes, I was. I was disappointed when I found out there wasn't.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do for you. But I take it you guys are going to be going into Double Dare?
Yep. We most certainly are.
Okay. Are you going to compete?
Probably.
You sound a little hesitant there.
It's all spacey waysy up on this mine, so I'm just a little meeting new people and interesting stuff this year. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, great. Are you looking forward to Season 8?
Oh, most definitely.
Did you hear about the trailer that got released today?
Oh, I think I saw it this morning on YouTube.
You think? Did it have like a little Dalek-y voice and Capaldi kind of going skeletal, and you had the close-up of the 2 hearts?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is the new trailer. Yeah, we caught it. We saw it after the unit panel, and we're like, what? Yeah. But looking forward to seeing you guys at Double Dare. And just remember, I don't want to see you two sneaking into the 18 and over panel.
Well, then there was last year, but that didn't have an age limit. Yeah, that one was interesting.
Okay, but you guys you guys told me what you're going to be wearing, so I'm going to be looking out for that. I see a couple of teenage girls trying to sneak into the 18 and over, but you guys I'm looking out for you guys. And believe me, I'm a substitute teacher, okay, so I have the teacher vibe on me, so I will not hesitate. I will see if there's any sort of Supercon detention. I'll call Dad here. You'll drag these ladies home?
Absolutely.
Okay, see, there you go. Dad's on my side. Okay, see, that's the thing. Never think that your parents won't side with the teacher. Okay, right there, we got proof. All right, well, see.
It's supposed to be the fun one, Dad.
Even trust me, I still have my parents. The fun ones still even have their limits. But I'll see you ladies inside.
All right, see you later. Well, I'll see you later.
Day 3 of Florida Supercon, and I'm actually here with a Doctor Who fan who I've just told about our panels, the Whovians Anonymous, and of course the Doctor After Dark. Introduce yourself.
My name is Robert. Nice to meet you.
Great. Robert is wearing a Doctor Who t-shirt. It says, "You never forget your first Doctor." So, Robert, who's your Doctor?
Has to be Tom Baker.
Okay, this is the best interview I've had all con. Sorry, Bill Farmer. Sorry, Goofy. But yeah, this has to be the best one. Actually, I'm kidding. Bill, you were awesome. But hey, I'm a fourth Doctor guy, so my bias is showing. But yeah, what is your favorite fourth Doctor adventure?
Genesis of the Daleks so far.
Okay, have you seen Deadly Assassin?
Not yet, no. Because I'm starting at the beginning. I actually went back to the beginning, had to skip the beginning, went back to the early 70s to start from my beginning, which is my first Doctor, Tom Baker. So I'm starting from his beginning going all the way forward, episode by episode, which is taking quite a long time.
Well, yeah, I mean, the serials can be like 2 episodes, 4 episodes, 6 episodes. Have you ever heard of a serial called The War Games?
There's so many of them, probably. Yeah.
Well, that was the last serial that the second Doctor, Patrick Troughton, did. That was 10 episodes.
What year was that? What year?
69.
Okay, so that was before Tom Baker, so I'm a little bit lost with that. But yes, I will eventually, hopefully before I die, get to those episodes.
You look like a young guy. I think you have plenty of time.
42. So yeah, it took me
40. The answer to life, the universe, and everything. But yeah, I think you have plenty of time. I think you'll be able to see adventures of all the Doctors. But here's another question. Did you see the 50th anniversary?
No.
You have not seen Day of the Doctor yet?
No, but I have seen, I forgot the episode where all the Doctors get together. This is pre-new Doctor Who. This is post. This is one of the last Doctor Who's.
Are you talking the 5 Doctors?
Yes, there you go. Yes.
So what do you think about Tom not being there?
I didn't really think too much about it. You know, I was more because I wasn't in this country when the new Doctors came out. I was more, thinking about who these new Doctors are and what happened to my guy. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I will say this: watch Day of the Doctor, especially because there's a scene. I'm not going to say what it is, but there's a scene that I'm sure you will love. When I saw the scene, I died. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And also, if you've been following the new series at all, there's another scene in there that all I know is when my girlfriend and we watched it together, when we saw the scene, we both had the same reaction, which is the internet is going to break.
Listen, I was happy to see K9 when I saw him on one of the new episodes, so yeah.
Like, you saw the new series episode, School Reunion?
Well, I seen K9. I remember K9, so...
K9.
Yeah.
K9. Thank you, Master.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, too. But
I love K9, so yeah. K9's my favorite Doctor Who character, so it's K9.
Cool. Well, anyway, I'm going to have to get... the con's opening up, so we may have to get running in there. But hope to see you at the panel. Hey, I am on the floor of Florida Supercon in the exhibition hall, and I am here with the 2 Doctors. Yes, I am in the middle of a multi-Doctor story. However, instead of 2 and 6, it's 2 and 7. And actually, 7 has been in several of our panels. He won in the... He what?
I won in the costume contest and the Double Dare.
Okay, so yeah, he won in the costume contest and Double Dare, so I consider him the good luck charm. And hey, second Doctor, always good when somebody does a classic Doctor costume, especially if we start getting a little older. Now, when you guys aren't traveling through time and space, who are you in normal life?
I am Zahn Kuros.
And what do you do?
Currently trying to study to become a mechanical engineer.
Ooh, okay. Where are you studying?
I'm waiting to get into college at Nova Southeastern.
Oh, okay. And what about you, sir?
I am JJ Salgar. I want to study law and become a lawyer, and also a politician.
Oh, God! That's going to evil! No, the second Doctor is not going to turn into the Veilliard! Step away from the darkness! Salamander! Exactly. 7 just said salamander. You're turning into salamander! No! Okay, what made you guys pick your Doctors? Are they your favorites, or easy costume do?
He is Sylvester McCoy is my favorite, and also because I met him in real life.
Oh, wow, I actually got to meet him, too. Where'd you meet him?
Down in that hotel place where he was down in October.
Oh, you met him at the Bon Voyage party?
Yes.
That's where I met him, too.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow, were you cosplaying as 7 there, too?
I just went there, met him, inspired me to do the costume.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wasn't he a nice guy? He was awesome. Did you see him talking to the little kid?
With the little bird thing?
Yes. That was odd. See, that made me go, you know what? This guy, if you want proof that the Doctor's awesome in real life, there you go.
That is true.
Yeah. Now, what made you decide on 2?
Well, I've been rewatching since the classics, and when I saw it too, I just love his difference because how he just turned into such a revitalized version, making it a lot more funny when he had a lot of interaction with Jamie and with Zoe, as well as being able to be the first one to enjoy his bow ties.
Take that, 11. Now, you did make a two doctors joke when I was breaking out the camera to take a picture, so I take it you've seen that episode. What did you think of the interaction between 2 and 6?
I loved it. To see Patrick Troughton interact with Colin Baker in that very episode, to see him once again reclaim his role as the Doctor, he still has the same emotion and passion he had when he was doing it in 66 to 69. And I've seen every single multi-cross Doctor story, and that's what I also love about Troughton is his dedication to the actual series. He's been in every one of them, even the 50th anniversary, even though it was just stock footage.
Now, what did you think about his interaction with the third Doctor?
That was pure... I have no words to describe how hilarious that was. How he goes, oh dear, we've remodeled the TARDIS. I don't like it.
The start of many dissatisfactions with the future. Now, one more question for 2. Have you seen An Adventure in Space and Time?
I've tried to see it. I've only seen parts of it, but I do hope to see it later.
Okay, well, when you see the whole thing, contact the podcast. Let us know what you think of the guy they got for number 2, because there's a bit of mixed reaction between us over that. Like, did you see it?
Yeah.
And what did you think?
I feel like that he fit it, but he didn't fit it. Like, Patrick Troughton has a certain aura as him on screen, and he didn't fit that aura.
Right. Okay, well, nice review of that. But yeah, but see all of Adventure in Space and Time. Want to get your opinion. Thank you guys, and please keep going to the panels. And this is Eduardo-m-Freyre on the start of the 4th and last day of Florida Supercon. Just hitting the floor, passing by Iron Man artist Bob Layton. And, came here a little later, came here in the afternoon, because, well, hey, stayed up late for the Doctor After Dark. Great panel. I see that everybody had a great time, and fortunately no arrests were made. And I also want to give a shout-out to all the younger Whovians that I've run into while walking the con floor. Wanted to give kudos to them. You guys and girls know who you are. Wanted to give you all kudos for not trying to sneak in. Or at least if you did, security didn't tell us. In any event, I'm just going to play ignorant and think that you did not. And thank you for it. Right now, the reason I have this in my hands is I'm recording audio for our podcast, Mark 42's WHOniverse. Hey, this is... Thank you. And hey, I've been recording a ton of audio during the con. This is actually the 12th entry. 12 entries, 12 doctors. So listen, I want all you guys to do me a favor, okay? When I point this at you, come on, I want to hear you guys get loud, okay? You ready? Okay, get loud. Woo! Got it on the first try. That is awesome. Mark, what do you think? Is that a great way to wrap up the audio for the convention? Is that great?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, totally. Thank you.
This is our showrunner, ladies and gentlemen.
I have no idea what he's doing.
Wow. Well, and if anybody has listened to the show, then you'll know why it's appropriate that I close with the following. You have shown that the Whovians are an army! And we are growing. We will take over the fandom. Everyone will worship the TARDIS. We'll be ground in as it marches through time and space.
Wow, that applause was incredible. Oh, Ed, you did a great job.
This is how you work a crowd, man.
Yeah.
This is or if we want to go with if we want to maybe not with Bane. You see, Doctor, this is how you have an army roar and tear down the walls of Jericho.
Okay, so Ed, that was your turn, but we have another opportunity for interviews this coming weekend, and we're going to let Christian see if he can trump you at Hurricane Who, A Day with the Doctor. Is that right, Christian?
Well, we're going to have a great time. If you haven't gotten your tickets, there's still
online at hurricanewho.com. And if you get them in advance, which I still think there are, not too many, but if you get them in advance, there's a special preview on Saturday the 19th. And I believe, if I'm correct, looking at the schedule, it's going to be starting around between 5 and 6.
Yeah, so it's actually
get a
2
sneak
days
preview.
for the Doctor.
Yeah, so you get a special moment, and you may even get a better chance to see Paul McGann as opposed to the actual day on Saturday the 19th, but the actual day is July the 20th, Sunday. So,
and they actually added somebody to the guest list.
Yes, they did, Mark. Yes, they did.
David Lloyd, Ianto himself is going to be there again. Gareth loves Orlando. He was just at MegaCon. He was at the last Hurricane Who. He must have relatives in Orlando or like going to Disney or something.
And we're hoping to get an interview with both of them.
Yeah, that would be great.
Actually, he was going to give us an interview at MegaCon, and it just fell through. So hopefully this time we will get Gareth and Paul.
Yeah.
And we definitely see you out there, guys. So,
and Mark Who 42 Books will be selling Doctor Who books and other merchandise at the convention. It should be good. The prices are now lower than they've ever been before for your wilderness years buying pleasure at Hurricane Who, A Day with the Doctor. Well, that's about all the time we have for this show, guys. Any last words?
45 days.
45 days.
Actually, no, 40. 40.
Is it 40? Oh, cool.
It's now 40.
Oh, that's
40.
better.
Hey,
5 days
that's way better.
That quickly. 5 days passed that quick.
So close, but yet so far away.
Yeah, so far away.
Well, it could be worse.
How could it be worse?
It could be worse. You know, it's
could
now
be Sherlock.
It's now a little. Yeah, it's a little. It's a little over. It's a little over a month now, but not by much. We could be talking about, you know, like back in January where we just had the Christmas special, and we're not going to have anything for 9 months. Okay, it's now.
This was like a pregnancy, so we're in the 8th month now. We're
now almost there.
The baby's kicking and flipping and turning all over the place.
Yeah, there's some kicking going on. Go to our website, markwho42.net, and join the WHOniverse Army. We've got Doctor Who News. We post our podcast there. Go to our Facebook page, MarkWho42's WHOniverse. Tweet us. Yes, you should tweet us because we've been retweeted we've been retweeted recently by a lot of people, including famous trauma producer and owner Lloyd Kaufman. Retweeted some of our stuff last weekend. So tweet us at MarkWho42. Listen to our old shows at iTunes. Go to Stitcher Radio. We're there. We're at geekcastradio.com. We're at floridageekscene.com. We're at Podkicker. We are at so many places all across the net. The Whoniverse is large, and we are all over it.
And I got to give us credit. It's not to sound egotistical about this, but I think we consider, you know how people go on talk shows or something like that, and that's the last time you see with them. I'm actually proud of us because we keep up with our guests. So for like Jason Connery, who's filming Tommy's Honor, it's his directorial movie. For Simon Fisher Becker, who's doing the tour of My Dalek Has a Puncture, we keep in touch with them.
Can't wait till that comes to America.
I can't wait. I mean, we keep up with the news with our former guests out there. So if you want to keep up with everybody, Andrew Cartmel, who's got Script Doctor. So if you want to keep up not only with Doctor Who news, but previous guests that we've gone on and what they're doing, keep an eye on both Mark Who 42 and the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Yeah.
And hey, we're so cool. We have guests come back. Simon Fisher Becker was back. Andrew Cartmel enjoyed talking to us so well. He came on the show itself. You know, might even get a couple of other people we've spoken to before.
We've got a number of people who have tentatively agreed to do our podcast, and I think you'll totally be in awe of those shows. But we're not going to give you that information.
Oh,
we're not going to spoil it. We're not going to spoil it.
Unlike the BBC, we are
spoiler free.
Unlike the BBC, there's no way you can hack in and steal. So sorry.
Unless you hack into our private message page on Facebook, then you might learn it. But if you do that, you're going to where? Where are they going if they do that? If they hack?
Right. What's going to happen is if you hack into these, if you hack into these people's private messaging on Facebook, I'm going to come over at Mr. Sensitive, and you're not going to like it.
Yeah.
Don't make me come over there.
So until next time.
Right. Basically, listen to the show next time.
Yes, listen to our show next time, and we will talk to you again Not next week, because we're going to be at Hurricane Who, A Day with the Doctor, but the following week, if all the stars align in the sky and the TARDIS arrives at my door, we'll have a show for you in 2 weeks. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm saying. Bye, everyone.
His last name is Fairy.
Hey.
Come over there. Don't make right. You know. I have relatives who stormed the beaches at Normandy. What did yours do, huh?
Happy birthday.
They actually sunned at the beaches of Normandy.
We'll see you next time, or you'll listen to us. Bye.
Bye.
Mark Who 42's Whoniverse has been written and presented by Mark Baumgarten, Patricia-Helm, Eduardo-m-Freyre, and Christian-basel. This show was edited, produced, and directed by Mark Baumgarten. Please visit markwho42.net and register to join and be a part of the Whoniverse Army. We can also be heard on iTunes, the Stitcher Radio app, Podkicker, geekcastradio.com, and floridageekscene.com, and all around the net. Tweet us at markwho42 and check out our Facebook page, Mark Who 42's Whoniverse. We can be contacted by email at mark@markwho42.net with the subject line, ? Doctor Who and its properties are owned by the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation. This podcast is owned and copyrighted by Mark Baumgarten, 2014.